Hi everyone, I am the representative from Group 7. These are my group members. I am going to present about the skeletal system. So, let me give you a short introduction about what is skeletal system. The skeletal system is our body's central framework. It support and protect the organs and soft tissues. Next, I am going to talk about the anatomy structure of skeletal system. The skeleton is the framework of the body. The skeleton is divided by two major sections, which is the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. The first section is the axial skeleton, consists of the skull, spinal column and sternum. The skull is composed of 8 different bones. There are 4 major sutures that connect the bones of the cranium together, which is the frontal, the sagittal, the lambdoid, and the squamous. Vertebral is also known as the spinal cord. There are 26 vertebrae in the spinal column and an intervertebral disc between each vertebral disc. The ribs composed of 24 ribs or 12 pairs of ribs. There are 7 pairs of true ribs and 5 pairs of false ribs, which the last 2 pairs are called the floating ribs. The second major section of the skeletal system is called the appendicular skeleton, which are the shoulder girdle arm bones, pelvic girdle, and the leg bones. The shoulder girdle is comprised of 4 bones. It is made up of 2 clavicles known as the collarbones and 2 scapulars, which are known as the shoulder bones. The arm bones is composed of 3 bones. The upper bones is known as the humerus, which is the long bone. The lower bone, which there are 2 bone called radius and ulna attached with the wrist bones known as the 8 carpal that attached to the hand bones, are comprised of 5 metacarpals which form the palm of the hand and 14 phalanges which form the fingers. The pelvic girdle is the structure which the leg bones are attached. The pelvic girdle is made up of 2 os coxae or hip bones. Each hip bones is divided into 3 sections: the ilium, the ischium and the symphysis. Bones are attached to the pelvic sockets. Each leg consists of 1 femur or thigh bone, which is the upper leg and also categorized as a long bone. The lower bone is composed of the tibia and fibula. The tibia is known as the shin bone and the fibula runs parallel to it. Attached to the lower leg are the ankle bones known as the 7 tarsals. Attached to these ankle bones are the 5 metatarsals, and attached to these bones are the 14 phalanges, which are the toes. So what are the functions of skeletal system? First, skeletal system gives structural support to our entire body. Look at this man. With the help of his skeleton, he could lift the weights. However, if more pressure is put on a bone than it can stand, it will split or break. This is called as bone fracture. Furthermore, skeletal system can produce blood cells. It might make you wonder how blood cells are produced in your bones. Bones might seem rock solid, but they're actually quite porous inside. Bones contain bone marrow. In the bone marrow, there are stem cells that are constantly dividing. They can differentiate into red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets, and send about hundreds of billions on new blood cells every day. Besides, skeletal system can also protect and support organs in our body. Your skull shields your brain. Your ribs protect your lungs. Your backbone protects your spine. Lastly, skeletal system stores minerals. Bones hold your body's supply of minerals like calcium, phosphorus and vitamin D. When their levels are too high in your blood, then, your bones will release the minerals when your body needs them. Calcium is a mineral most often associated with healthy bones and teeth. Although, calcium also plays an important role in blood clotting, helping muscles to contract, regulating normal heart rhythms and regulating nerve functions. Next, I am going to present about the normal homeostasis mechanism involved in the skeletal system. There are 206 bones in the human body which have different functions to maintain homeostasis. Firstly, the mineral and fat storage is controlled by the skeletal system. Then, the function of calcium in our skeletal system is to help muscles to contract, while the function of the phosphorus is to help reduces muscle pain after a workout. The lack of calcium and phosphorus will cause muscle pain after a workout. So, the amount of the minerals that we took from our diet must be maintained well to ensure that our muscle will not injure easily. Blood cell and platelet production. Red blood cells, also called erythrocyte, are cellular components of blood, millions of which in the circulation of vertebrates give the blood its characteristic color. Red blood cells carry oxygen from our lungs to the rest of our bodies. The spongy bones of the body contain bone marrow that produces red blood cells to replace those that have reached the end of their lifespan and what is lost during bleeding and hemorrhaging. Platelet is a tiny, disc-shaped piece of cell that is found in the blood and spleen. Platelets are formed and released into the bloodstream by precursor cells called megakaryocytes that reside within the bone marrow. The bone marrow of the average human produces about 500 billion blood cells and 100 billion platelets every day. So, that's all from Group 7. I hope you guys will like this video. Thank you so much. See you.